All right. I'm sure this has been bugging everybody. It's been bugging me as well.
Move it, me as well. Please. It's quite tasty. It's tasty.
So, up next, we have no relation to the singer, except for the rockin' body. It's Fergie. Give him a hand.
You're all very, very disappointed right now, I know. The introduction was amazing. I wanted to share with the audience a little bit a realization that I had a few days ago that's kind of been a long time coming, and I wish it had never really come. I don't really know how else to say it. I'm an adult. No, it's not. Don't laugh. It's not funny. When did this happen? I'm a giant man-child. When did people start perceiving me as someone who is able to make informed and proper decisions about life and the universe and tell people what to do? I don't know when this happened. I go into a pub anywhere, in any country, even the US. I'm only 20 years old. I go into a pub, I ask for a lager, they give it to me. There's no dance, there's no show me your ID, there's no, are you sure you want that? Yes, I do, I want that beer right there. There's nothing like that, they just assume. They assume that I am an adult. And that I have all of a sudden entered into this exclusive club of mature people that talk about mature things and are perceived to be part of this world. And it's not all fun, I can tell you, because I've noticed that along with being perceived as an adult, women start to view me as a threat. I'm a nice guy and everything, but just walking down the street, I mean, women apparently, they just look at me, and if I smile at them, they're just... Because apparently, I'm an adult, and adults rape people. That's a thing, apparently. I mean, case in point, I was back in my hometown of Washington, D.C. I had gone out for a night at my friend's house. We'd had a bit to drink. I wasn't able to drive home, so I took the train home. And I was walking through, now that I look back on it, a long, dimly lit, whitewashed walls, blinking lights tunnel to the train. And along the way, there was a woman walking about 10 paces in front of me. And it's just me and her in the hallway. We're walking down, and she kind of does this little glance. Women, you know, you just a little glance over your shoulder. Just okay. And starts walking a bit faster. In my slightly inebriated mind, unaware of the time and place, I think, oh, she must have heard the train coming. So I start walking faster. She does the look over, and it's not so subtle this time. It's just that starts picking up the pace, and I'm like, oh, it must be coming to the platform. I get within about 10 paces. I keep about a 10-pace distance. She starts running down the hallway. I'm like, shit, the train must be there by now. I start running down, and I'm gaining on her. And she does. I get to within about 5 paces of her. She spins around. Her purse is against her chest. She has a thing of mace right up against me. And I'm like, oh, God, you think I'm gonna rape you. You think I'm an adult, don't you? But at that point, I felt so bad, but I couldn't do anything. Because what am I going to say? Am I going to run up to her and shake her and be like, I'm not going to rape you. I'm a little boy. So I just kind of eased up against the wall and just kind of did a little one of these. She's sitting there, she's looking at me like she's looking down the scope of a sniper rifle, just wind elevated. I get there, the train is nowhere there, so she goes to the opposite end of the platform, and the entire time she's just catching these little glances over, and she's kind of has the mace still there, and I'm just like, you didn't catch me at anything. I was trying to get to the same destination you were, and, perceptions, just in general, are horrible things. I'm noticing now, again, I think it comes with being an adult, that or maybe it's just because I've been at school entirely too long, but I'm starting to see everything in terms of my subject, IR. Yeah, and those people who are laughing, they're IR majors, they know. It's fine, but you're horrible when you're watching movies. And it's not so much like the English major debacle, which is like, oh, well, this wine reminds me of Yeats and his commentary on the springtime. No. No, it's worse than that. It's you're watching Star Wars with your friend and you're like, why is the Death Star doing that? Why are they destroying this? You're going around, you're going to blow up an entire planet for a rebel base that's 3 square miles, roughly, on the surface. You're going to cause so much insurrection throughout the rest of the galaxy. The guy just turns to me and goes, dude, shut the fuck up. I am trying to enjoy my favorite. I'm like, I'm not trying to dissuade your... It's a very good movie. I'm just saying that there are issues, geopolitical issues, that need to be addressed in this. Has someone written a commentary or something? And I catch myself and I'm like, oh, God. I've been here way too long. Too long. It's horrible. It's horrible. And people's perception, as you grow up, and I guess it's part of the IR thing, but I'm starting to realize my perception of other people, and how it can change so drastically with the noticing of one little fact that you finally realize that all of a sudden, all of these other instances that happen throughout the course, and it could be someone you've known for years, a lifetime even, that this one little incident, this one little fact that you learn, all of a sudden, countless things that you just discounted fit perfectly into place. And you're just like, oh, oh. For instance, my dad is in the military. He is a prim, proper, has worn a uniform since the age of 18. Yes, you're starting to get a sense of what my childhood was like. Yes, just picture that. Yeah, I'm sitting in bed and it snowed the night before. It's snow on the ground. There's about 2 feet of snow. I'm like, oh, thank God, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to leave the house. All of a sudden, my dad bursts in the door. Prim and proper military father, by the way, bursts into my door wearing full snow garb with a hat, everything, and just goes, Andrew, it snowed last night. Let's go build a snow luge, and just runs out the door. I'm just like, who was that masked man? What is this? I go out the entire day, he's just buttressing this luge. He's like, we gotta make sure that we can bank around the corner. We gotta build a wall so that you can crash into it and snow will go everywhere. I'm just like, what? And it clicked into place that's where I get my man-childness from. It's because my dad, when snow and other forms of childish things are involved, becomes a child again. And it was nice to find out. On the side of stuff that's not so nice to find out is one of my friends recently came out to me that he was gay, which, applause, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic thing that he did. Thank you, person on the side. But when he did, all these little things started falling into place that I just discounted before. Not weird things, obviously. I love him no matter who he is, but he used to date someone, a girl, and there was an incident that caused said girl to be very displeased with me. It was a drunken night at the end of the year. We had decided to pour all of our alcohol into a giant bucket that we labeled the Fuck It Bucket. I'm sure that anyone who is a serious alcoholic, so anyone who goes to St. Andrews has heard of one. But we sat in a circle around this altar of alcohol and decided that no one was to leave the circle unless you paid a toll. So did a dare, did something. Both me and my friend had to leave at the same time. And so one of my other friends just said, dude, you guys have to make out to go to the bathroom. And we were just like, oh, fine, fuck it. And we just did, because we had to go. The next day, his girlfriend comes up to me, I'm still hungover / still drunk, and starts yelling at me for something that I have no recollection of. And the only thing that I could think of to come back at her with was, you're just angry because I made out with your boyfriend last night. She threw a bin at my head and chased me around for about 10 minutes saying very, very unpleasant things. I had no idea why. I just discounted it as an overreaction. Now I know. I'm like, oh, that's why she was angry at me. Well, suddenly that's not so funny. But honestly, it's the things, it's those little things, those weird things that you learn about people that, in my opinion, are what make life and people the most interesting. It's not whether you're normal, whether you conform to some sort of, what you're supposed to do. It's the football jock that knows every single word to every single Miley Cyrus song ever produced. Yes, I knew someone like that. Yes, he was the quarterback of my high school football team. Yeah, he did turn out to be gay. But that's beside the point. The point is, it's the little weird things that make life worth living. And so the only thing before, I think we're going to have an intermission shortly, the only thing I'm going to leave you with, and after this there's going to be people who are much funnier than I am, the one thing I'll say is go out and be the weirdest version of yourself that you can possibly be, and if that doesn't work, at least you can probably grow a beard and get served in bars. Have a good night.
Remind me not to watch